Welcome back to the Washington Nationals MLB 26 franchise. We have opening day for season number 4. Came up one game short in the World Series, lost to Boston in 7. So we have a very, very strong rebuild on this team, and now we get to see if we can finish the job, get all the way back to the series and win one. Have some changes that we did make in the offseason. We brought in Wyatt Langford, traded for him, sent Dylan Cruz and Warming Bernabel to the Rangers for Wyatt Langford. He's going to be our everyday left fielder, and signed him to an extension, $28.5 million, 5 years. And that's our big acquisition in the offseason. We have other changes. CJ Abrams gets moved to second after we traded off Luis Garcia to the Mets for this prospect second baseman Arlen Lyons. So Abrams, our new starting second baseman, because his defense isn't quite as good, and he's going to be replaced at short by top prospect Eli Willits. Going to come up and he's going to play every day with that great glove and really good bat, and hopefully I wouldn't expect him necessarily win Rookie of the Year. We're going to root for it, but I just want him to progress up, go up in his overall, and not have any glaring weaknesses, and fill a good spot for us on the defensive side. James Wood's going to move to right field since Cruz is gone. Now Wood's going to go play every day in right field. Still have Buxton in center, Langford in left, and we have Jacob Young as our backup outfielder. And Tom McVay can also back up, but he's going to start at first base. Speaking of McVay, was the Rookie of the Year, hit .250 with 14 homers, 34 doubles, stole 24 bags. Can he improve on those numbers? He's got the stats right there. You can see his numbers. He should do better than that, and maybe we can see a jump and not a sophomore slump. Speaking of players I'd like to see a jump out of, Harry Ford had a brutal postseason last year. In his rookie year, hit .233 with 14 home runs, struck out 127 times, had less than a .400 slugging percentage, so I'd like to see him move up. And he showed flashes in spring training. He had 3 home runs in the very first game that we showed you in spring training. 3 home runs and a double, so maybe he can make a jump this year and get that average up in the 250, 270 range and get us 20 home runs. We'll see how that works out. Starting pitching side, got the top 3 guys all the same, top 4 guys. Sazaki's going to be in at number 4, Sakura back at number 5, and we'll see how Sakura and Sasaki do, if they can go deeper into games and save our bullpen a bit. If they have any trouble at all, we have rookie Jeff Ullman down in AAA, needs a little more seasoning, and then he'll be ready to go, and he can step in and fill that gap if we need it. Bullpen side, we added a great setup guy, Garrett Whitlock. We had to face him in the World Series as their closer for Boston. He's going to be our new setup. Added Jose Alvarado, JoJo Miller, and AJ Minter. 3 lefties in the bullpen. Gives us more flexibility. And we have one more guy that could come up this season, Jeremy Dunbar. Saw him in spring training. He's got a great bat. He's got to work on his defense. We're going to put all his training emphasis on defense. And if we get an injury on the infield, maybe even in the outfield, he will be called up first and see how that goes. But I want him to get better defensively before we put him out there every day at third base. This is the last year of Willie Castro's contract, so regardless of what happens this year, next year, Dunbar will be our starting third baseman, and we'll just see how bad his defense ends up being at the major league level and if we have to move him off third base. So it's time to get in and get this first game of the 2029 season started. The Cubs are in town. Cole Reagans against Shane McClanahan. Battle of 2 good lefties. Let's stop talking and let's start playing. And we are back for a new season, 2029. After a Cinderella-type 2028 that found us in Game 7 of the World Series, we are back on opening day facing the Cubs, who we faced in the very first season of this franchise. Get this game at home instead of on the road. This is what the game thinks we're going to have for team leaders across the board. Eli Willits leading with 5.5 WAR. That has to be because he's going to have exceptional defense. But we are ready for this new season. Disappointed with how we finished off the last one, needing just one win in 2 games at home in the series. Couldn't get it done, but there's our new guy, Wyatt Langford, our new left fielder, new middle of the order bat, along with Eli Willits. Hoping these 2 new guys can give us some extra offense, better defense, lead us back to the World Series, and hopefully get us a ring this time. And on the mound for us, our ace, our big lefty, Shane McClanahan. See his numbers last year. He had even better numbers in the postseason. Just truly phenomenal, and counting on another big season from him. The first man he's going to face is catcher Adley Rutschman, and he swings through that pitch for strike one, and that's how we start the 2029 season. Rutschman behind the count 1-2. And here's a ground ball to third. Willie Castro's got that. Throw across the diamond. There's one up, one down here on opening day. Good start there by Shane. And here are the Cubs and their lineup. A lot of power at the top. And PCA, one of the fastest center fielders out there in center field. And old Nationals, Keeper Ruiz DHing, batting ninth in the order with Rutschman behind the plate. Stepping in, Ian Happ. Really good numbers last year. Must have hit a lot of solo shots. 33 homers, 83 ribs. It's not a lot of home runs with runners on base. Works the count full. Here's the pitch from Shane, and here's a little blooper over first. That gets down, and that's going to go all the way to the wall because Happ is going to get the first hit of the game, first hit of the season. And he slides in safe with a one-out double here in the top of the first, and that'll bring in Alex Bregman. Another one with 30 home runs and very few RBIs. A lot of solo shots by the Cubs. And on second, 1 out, 1-2 pitch, and swings and misses and strikes out on the slider. So Shannon gets a big strikeout there with the man in scoring position. And that'll bring in the big power hitting first baseman, Mike Bush. See, they've made Shane throw a lot of pitches this inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Bush, and here's a shot in the left center field. Langford racing over, and he's got it and tumbles over after the catch. Nice running catch there. You can see we have great defense in the outfield still, just shifted from right to left. Langford making his presence known on defense. Now our bats need to come alive. And on the mound for the Cubs today, big lefty Cole Reagans. See his numbers last season. Good strikeout to walk ratio. See if we can get to him early today. And leading off our new second baseman, CJ Abrams. See his numbers last season with Willits' glove. Taking over at short. Need Abrams to just continue to put those offensive numbers up. He's behind 0-2, and swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt. Throw down to first, and there's one out here in the bottom of the first inning. Here is our lineup for the season. See Langford sliding between Wood and Pasquantino to split up those two left-handed bats. McVay seventh, Willits hitting ninth. I don't want to give him any pressure situations early. Let him get into the season and adjust from there. And Byron Buxton's going to step in. It's going to be nice to have him for an entire season. 30-plus home runs, 100-plus RBI last year with us and Minnesota. 3-2 count and the pitch. There's a ground ball to short. Swanson's got it. Throw to first. And there's 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. That'll bring in our stud, James Wood. See his numbers last year. Hopefully he can put up those same numbers, maybe even improve them. Had a rough postseason. See if he can get to a hot start this year. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch from Reagans. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out on the knuckle curve. So Reagans gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. He only needs 3 more for 1,000 in his career. As we head to the top of the second inning. On opening day, there's no score. And leading off for the Cubs, their shortstop, Dansby Swanson. See those numbers there, a little bit down from what you would expect from him. He's down in the count 1-2. Pitch from Shane is swung on and missed in the dirt. Ford's got it. Throws down to first, and there's 1 out here in the top of the second. Strikeout number 2 for Shane. Hopefully he'll have another big strikeout season. We'll bring in Trevor Larnach, right fielder. See his numbers there. Kind of platoon player. Oh, he's playing against a lefty here. He's behind in the count 1-2. Here's the pitch. And it's a high fly, little floater in the center field. And that's going to drop in front of Buxton. So the Cubs will get a man on with 1 out here. Gave up the double in the first, and now they give up a single here in the second, and that'll bring in Matt Shaw playing second base now. His numbers last year, respectable numbers. They have 1 on, 1 out here in the second. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to short. Willits has it. Throws the second for 1. Relay to first, and they get him. There we go. 6-4-3 double play. Get to see Eli with his range into the hole, and get to see Abrams turn to double play. Our new double play combination up the middle. Take away that base runner. Keep this game scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second inning. And leading off for the Nats, Wyatt Langford, our big trade acquisition in the offseason for Dylan Cruz and Warming Bernabel. Batting cleanup. 2-2 count on him. Here's a pitch from Reagans. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out on the changeup. That's how we start the bottom of the second inning. Strikeout number 3 for Reagans. That'll bring in Vinny Pasquantino, our leader in home runs and RBI last year. See if he can duplicate those numbers with 40 bombs and 100 ribs. He's behind 0-2. Here's the pitch, and swings and misses and strikes out on the high four-seamer. So 2 quick strikeouts here in the inning as Reagans needs 1 more for 1,000. See the milestone watch there, and that'll bring in Willie Castro now. Nobody on and 2 out. A little bit overmatched at the moment, behind 0-2 as well. See if he can put this ball in play. Here's the pitch. There's a shot in the left field, and that's going to be caught by Happ for the 3rd out. So doesn't get the strikeout of the side to get to 1,000. This game is still scoreless, though, as we head to the 3rd inning. And leading off for the Cubs, Pete Crow Armstrong, their quick center fielder. First pitch to him is a line shot snagged by Abrams. There we go. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 3rd inning. That'll bring in the number 9 hitter DH, Keibert Ruiz, former National. First pitch to him. There's a ground ball up the middle. Willits has it. Easy throw to first, and he guns him down as Ruiz is a slow runner. So 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. That's good because they ran up McClanahan's pitch count in the first. That'll bring in Rutschman all the way up to the top of the order again. Nobody on, 2 out. There's the 1-0 pitch. There's a fly ball into right field towards the corner. Wood racing over, and he's got it. And that is a 4-pitch inning for Shane McClanahan. Quick 1-2-3 dispatching of the Cubs as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, still scoreless. And leading off for the Nats will be Rookie of the Year, Tom McVeigh. See his numbers last season. I think 24, 25 steals to go with those numbers there. He's quickly down 0-2. Here's the pitch, and strike 3 on the outside corner. Thought that was a ball, and Reagans paints the corner to get career strikeout number 1,000. That'll bring in Harry Ford. He's also down 0-2. And he also strikes out, this time on a circle change. Reagans making me look terrible at the plate. 6 Ks, 2 outs into the 3rd inning, and now Eli Willits will step in for his first career at-bat in the regular season at the Major League level. 1-1 count on him. Here's the pitch from Reagans. There's a high fly ball into medium right. Over is Larnach, and he's going to have that. And that's 9 up and 9 down for Cole Reagans as he is dominating us at the plate at the moment. And leading off top of the 4th will be Ian Happ. And that little bloop double down the right field line his first time was stranded. Got a 2-2 count on him. There's a pitch from Shane. And it's going to be a ground ball up the middle, and Abrams isn't going to get to it. So Happ's going to have a double and a single to start the season as the Cubs get their leadoff man on here in the top of the 4th. And they'll bring in 3rd baseman Alex Bregman. Struck out his first time. 1 on, 1 out. I'm sorry, 1 on, nobody out. 0-1 pitch. There's a line shot to right field. Woods got that, and the Cubs are going to have their first 2 men on here in the 4th inning. Back-to-back singles. That'll bring in a very dangerous hitter in Michael Busch. He had 52 homers, 123 ribs last year. Got to keep him in the park. He's down 0-2, so you can get him to chase. Here's a pitch. Here's a ground ball up the middle. Willits flip the second for 1, relay to first, and there we go. Room service. 6-4-3 double play. Huge pitch there from McClanahan. As our double play combo turns it again. Looking for the strikeout. Got the double play. That's even better. Quick exchange there. Now the Cubs have a man on 3rd base and 2 outs. Dansby Swanson, who struck out his first time, is going to step in now. Going to need a base hit to get the Cubs on the board. Here's a pitch from Shane. Here's a ground ball to 3rd. Castro's got it. Casual throw, and he gets him. So McClanahan gives up back-to-back hits to start the inning. Gets a double play and a ground out. Gets out of the jam. Now we just need our offense to wake up. We had no base runners in the first 9 at-bats. And leading off for the Nats, here in the 4th inning is going to be 2nd baseman C.J. Abrams. He struck out his first time. He's behind the count 1-2. Here's the pitch. And, it hit him. That dreaded 2-strike hit by pitch that I hate so much. We get the benefit of it now. So, we're going to go with C.J. on the first pitch. As Buxton steps in. There he goes. Here's the pitch. Strike. Throw down. And it's nowhere close. And now we have a man in scoring position. Nobody out here in the 4th. Still looking for our first hit. 2-2 count on Buxton. Here's the pitch. And he swings and misses and strikes out on a circle change. Having tons of trouble trying to make contact against Reagans as he's up to 7 strikeouts. See this replay. Outside and cannot get to it. Now, that'll bring in James Wood with a man on second and 1 out. Here's the first pitch to him. There's a high fly ball in the left center field. PCA racing to the track, to the wall, and it's gone. James Wood goes Oppo Taco 400 feet to the left field bullpen. That's our first hit of the season, driving in our first 2 runs of the season. And Cole Reagans had a perfect game going, hits CJ Abrams, and then gives up his first hit, and it's a 2-run shot. And we have a 2-0 lead in a game we really have no business leading. Take a look at this replay. Drone cam. Wood's got a ton of power, just drives that pitch to the opposite field. And Pete Crow Armstrong just ran out of room. There you go. First hit gives us 2 runs. Take that every day. And that'll bring in Wyatt Langford. Struck out his first time. And nobody on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning on opening day. He's behind 0-2. Here's the pitch. And another swing and a miss. Gets blown away by 95 down and in. And that's his second out of the inning. Strikeout number 8 for Reagans. That'll bring in Vinny. Nobody on and 2 outs. I don't know what my problem is facing Reagans today, but I just cannot time up his pitches. Whether it's a fastball or the changeup. Then he's down in count 0-2. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss and strikes out on the circle change. If he would just throw me fastballs, I could handle it. But James Wood comes through. Opposite field, 2-run shot. Gives us a 2-0 lead through 4 innings. Jamie Clanahan pitching great. Need more offense than this. And leading off for the Cubs here in the 5th, right fielder Trevor Larnach. The first pitch to him from Shane is a fly ball into left field. Langford racing over, and he's got that for the first out. Another first pitch out for the Cubs. That'll bring in Matt Shaw. First pitch to him is a shot into right field. Wood racing over, and he's going to have that. So that is 6 pitches for the last 5 outs. McClanahan's only needed 6 pitches to make 5 outs as Cub hitters. Swinging early and often. That'll bring in Pete Crow Armstrong. Nobody on and 2 outs. I would give these guys a take sign. He's already down 0-2, so he's got to put the ball in play as well. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out. And that's a 5-pitch inning for Shane after a 4-pitch inning the inning before. 9 pitches, 6 outs in 2 innings. We head to the bottom of the 5th, up 2-0. And leading off the bottom of the 5th, third baseman Willie Castro. He lined out his first time. Nationals 2-0 lead here. Looking for their second hit of the day. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch from Reagans. And another swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Throw down. And that's another strikeout for Reagans. And I am horrendous at the plate today. I know it. I'll get better. You just need more time to get practice in. Tom McVay is going to step in now with nobody on and 1 out. 2-2 count on him. Here's the pitch, and swinging a high fly ball down the right field line, and that is curving foul. He missed a home run by 9 feet. Now we're going to reset. 2-2 count. Here's a pitch from Reagans, and swing and a miss. He's got blown away on that 95 heater up at the letters. Strikeout number 11 for Reagans. And nobody on and 2 out, and a 2-2 count on Ford. Here's the pitch, and he strikes out as well. So McVay and Ford strike out for the second time each today. Cole Reagans totally dominating, but he's losing this game 2-0 as we head to the top of the 6th inning here on opening day. And leading off will be Keibert Ruiz, grounded out his first time. Trying to keep leadoff man off base. They've been swinging early in counts. He's behind 0-1. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball to short. Willits has it. Throw to first. And there we go. That's 7 outs on 11 pitches for Shane McClanahan. Thank you for helping his pitch count. That'll bring in Adley Rutschman with nobody on and 1 out. Here's the pitch. First pitch swinging again. There's a foul ball behind the plate. And Ford, standing on the plate, is going to have it. So another first pitch swing. Cubs are doing us a huge favor. That'll bring in Ian Happ, who we haven't gotten out all day. Single and a double. Been stranded both times though. Nobody on, 2 out, 1-1 count. Here's a pitch. And it's a pop foul up the first base side, not third base. McVay over by the stands, and he's got it. So very quick, very short 3-inning stint here for McClanahan's Cubs doing us favor. And we got Willits, Abrams, and Buxton coming up. They're in the bottom of the inning. Here's Eli, 0 for 1 with a fly out. in his Major League debut, looking for his first Major League hit. He's down 0-2. There's a pitch from Reagans. And swing and a miss on a fastball down and in. He strikes out. Another strikeout for Reagans. Number 13 on the game. I don't think I've ever struck out this much in a game. Now to bring in CJ. Hit by pitch, broke up the perfect game. Stole a second and then scored on Woods' homer last time up. He's down 1-2. We're going to get another strikeout. Here's a pitch. Here's a high fly ball in a medium center field. PCA's under it, and he's going to have that for the second out. Hey, progress. At least he didn't strike out, right? That'll bring in Buxton with nobody on and 2 out. Bottom of the 6th. Here's the first pitch to him. There's a high fly ball in the center field. PCA running over towards the gap and shy of the track. He's going to have that. And another 1-2-3 inning for Cole Reagans and the Cubs. As we head to the top of the 7th inning, Nationals lead 2-0. And leading off for the Cubs, Alex Bregman, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. He's behind in the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch from Shane. It's going to be a ground ball snagged by Castro at third. Throws from foul territory and easily gets Bregman. That's how we start the top of the 7th inning. One up, one down. And that'll bring in Michael Busch. Fly out in a ground ball double play that crushed a rally. He's behind the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch. And it's a pop-up down the third base side. Castro racing over, and he's going to have it. And that's 4 pitches for 2 outs this inning. They are doing us a huge favor. Now to bring in Dansby Swanson, 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. Nobody on. 2 out here in the top of the 7th. 2-0 game. He works the count full. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball in the left field. Racing back is Langford, and that ball is gone. Just sneaks over the shorter wall there in front of the bullpen, and Swanson hits a solo shot to get the Cubs on the board. I did not want to walk him. I was going to challenge him with high heat, and he wins that battle as he turns on the fastball and drives it out of the park for a solo shot. Let's check this replay. Inside fastball, hammers it. Wind blowing kind of that direction and into the bullpen. That'll bring in Trevor Larnach now, 1 for 2 with a single. Nobody on, 2 out here in the 7th. It's now a 2-1 game. 0-1 count on him. Here's a pitch from Shane. And it's a little flare in the left center field. Buxton in on the run. He's going to call off Langford, and he's going to have that for the 3rd out. But the Cubs break through. Dansby Swanson, solo shot. Cuts this lead down to 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning here on opening day. And new pitcher coming in for the Cubs, Daniel Palencia. This guy throws gas as well. Didn't have the greatest year last year. Kind of glad to see Reagans out. I'd rather face somebody throwing 100 than somebody throws 95 plus the changeups. First man he's going to face is James Wood. First pitch to him is a strike at the letters. Wood with that big 2-run homer is the difference in this game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle, and Shaw's got it. Takes his time throwing, and Wood beats it out. It's not the fastest guy, but he's a left-handed bat, and Shaw took entirely too long, so Wood's going to get an infield hit. See the replay. Hustling out of the batter's box. He is a big boy. Beats it rather easily. That was on the defender there. He needs to get rid of the ball quicker. And that'll bring in Wyatt Langford now. 0 for 2 with 2 Ks in his Nationals debut. Got 1 on and 1 out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a fly ball into shallow right field. Racing in is Larnach, and he'll have that for the 1st out. Jam shot there. That'll bring in Vinny Pasquantino. 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. See his numbers last year. I'd love to see a repeat of that 42 and 110. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Palencia, and there's a pop-up on the infield. Bregman settles under it, and he's going to have that for the 2nd out. Palencia jamming us, not getting on a fat part of the bat, and that'll bring in Willie Castro. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Flips around to hit left-handed for the first time. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. And it's a jam shot again. Foul ball up the third base side, over between the dugout and the coach's box, and Bregman has that. So we get a man on, can't get him in. This game's going to go to the top of the 8th inning. 2-1 Nats. Pitching needs to hold out until our offense can wake up. And leading off for the 8th for the Cubs be Matt Shaw. He's 0 for 2 today. Need to keep these men off base, especially leadoff man. 1-2 count on Shaw. Here's the pitch from Shane. And it's going to be a ground ball off the mound and through for a base hit. So they do get their leadoff man on. So the tying run is on with nobody out here in the 8th. I'll bring in Pete Crow Armstrong over 2 with a strikeout and a line out. Got him down in count 1-2. Here's the pitch as a fly ball in the center field. Buxton only needs to take a couple of steps, and he's going to have that for the first out. There we go. Good pitch there by Shane up and in to jam. Got to bring in Ruiz. Nobody on, 1 out. First pitch, high, swing and a miss. Throw down, and Shaw's in with a stolen base. Wasn't expecting him to take off. So now they have the tying run in scoring position with 1 out. See the replay. Gets a really good jump. Was not expecting him to go, and that was a late throw. Now it's just going to take a base hit for the Cubs to tie this game up. Ruiz has a 2-2 count. Here's a pitch from Shane, and swings and misses and strikes out on circle change off the plate. Big second out there for McClanahan. His 4th of the game. Not striking out a ton of guys today, mostly because they're swinging early in the count and makes him chase that curveball. Thought it was a changeup. It's curveball. My bad. Can't read. Great spin rate. Feels like this replay's taking forever. Here we go. And that's going to be it for Shane. I'm not going to let him give up the lead. Pitching tired late in this game. Great performance. Now we're going to turn it over to the bullpen and try and keep this 2-1 lead. Coming out of the pen, we're going straight to our closer. Pete Fairbanks is going to go for a 4-out save here on opening day. And a great closer for us for 2 years. See his numbers last year. Did great in the postseason as well. First man he's going to face is Adley Rutschman. He's going to turn around and hit left-handed. First pitch is a strike right down the middle. Rutschman 0 for 3 on the day. One-two count. Here's the pitch. And in the dirt. Gets away from Ford. And a runner goes to third base. He's in safe. So now the tying run is only 90 feet away. Count goes full on Rutschman. Here's a pitch from Pete. And swing and miss. And he strikes him out on the cutter. Gets out of that jam. Holds this game to a 2-1 lead. He's so confused he's going to our dugout. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Need more runs. Only up 2-1. And coming out of the pen for the Cubs, another pitcher, Cole Sands. See his numbers last year. Most of you know him from the Twins. First man he's going to face, Tom McVeigh. First pitch is a ground ball to second base. Shaw has it. Throw to first, and there's 1 down. Need more production out of McVeigh. Now to bring in Harry Ford. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Bottom of the order, still struggling like they were in the postseason. 2-2 count on Ford. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out for the 3rd time. Thought he got his hitting straightened out in spring, but it's carried over into this year. I know it's mostly my fault since I'm swinging the bat. Now to bring in Eli. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Still looking for that first major league hit. 2-2 count on him. Here's a pitch from Sands. And swing and a miss, and he gets blown away by that high fastball. We'll go down quickly 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Now this game goes to the top of the 9th on opening day. Nationals clinging to a 2-1 lead. And first man up is going to be Ian Happ. Had trouble with him all day. Single and a double. Got to keep him off base. He's behind 0-2. Here's the pitch from Pete. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out for the 2nd time today. There we go. Big strikeout to start the inning. See this replay. Just reaches back and blows him by. Tardy with the bat. That'll bring in Bregman. He's 1 for 3 with a single. He can tie this game with a 1 swing of the bat, though. He's down 1-2. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out on the slider. So Fairbanks, there we go. They had 3 strikeouts in a row since coming into this game. See this replay. And chase that pitch off the plate. Now it's going to come down to Michael Bush. He definitely can tie this game with 1 swing of the bat. First pitch to him is inside for a ball. He's 0 for 3 on the night. Hit into a double play. Heading to count 2-0. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball. 1 hopper to short. Willits has got it. Throw to first. And there we go. Fitting that our rookie shortstop gets to record the last assist on the last out of the game. And we only get 2 hits in the game, but James Wood has both of them, drives in both runs, and we steal an opening day victory from Cole Reagans and the Cubs. Yes, the Nationals win. Didn't deserve that win. Reagans deserved better, but we'll take it. McClanahan goes to 1-0. Reagans 0-1, and Fairbanks with a big 4-out save here on opening day. And let's take a look at this box score. 2 hits for Happ. No walks allowed. 7 strikeouts. Swanson with a solo shot for their only run. Reagans, 6 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, no walks, 13 strikeouts. That's about as dominating as you can get without getting a win. Flip on over to our side. Both hits by James Wood, no walks. Only had 3 base runners the entire game. Struck out 15 times. I don't think I've ever struck out that many times in my life in a game. And McClanahan pitched great, 7 2/3, 6 hits, no walks, 4 Ks, 1 run. And Fairbanks came in, finished it off, and we get the big win on opening day. And we had a day off on the 30th of March, but down at AAA. We get a 4-2 win in the first game of the year. Check the box score. Jeff Ullman, 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Great debut for this season for him on the hitting side. I don't know why Dunbar is playing first. I'll have to go fix that lineup. But 3 hits by Seaver King. That's good. No extra base hits, but we had a couple of stolen bases. And yeah, we get the win. So I'm actually going to flip Dunbar and Haynes. I want Dunbar hitting leadoff, much better contact, and make sure he plays third base. And since we didn't see Eli Willits get his first major league hit, we are going to player lock. I'm going to quick manage and hop in, and we're going to watch Eli in the sim and not swing, since I'm obviously having issues today swinging at the plate with anybody other than James Wood. So we'll hop in here and watch Eli and see if we can get that first career hit against Sandy Alcantara and the Cubs. All right, another cloudy day here at Nationals Park. Got that incredible win in Game 1 with only 2 hits. Shane McClanahan pitched a great game, held us in the game, rode those 2 hits to a victory. Didn't have a ton of strikeouts, but didn't need him to strike out a bunch of guys. On the mound for us today is going to be Cade Horton. He and Shane both had excellent postseasons, so hopefully he can improve on these numbers and get him closer to 20 wins this year with some improved offense. Different lineup here for the Cubs against the right-handed pitching. Larnach leading off. Singles, Happ. Fielder's choice, Bush. Singles, 2 on, 1 out. PCA singles, and out at the plate. So 2 outs, men at the corners for Ruiz. He pops out to end the inning. Bottom of the first, Abrams flies out, Buxton flies out, Wood walks, Langford strikes out to the second, fly out, walk, stolen base, single, he doesn't go anywhere, must be infield single, fly out, so he pitches around that, go to the bottom of the second, Vinny strikes out, Castro strikes out, McVeigh grounds out to the third, fly out, a double, ground out, fly out, go to the bottom of the third, single by Harry Ford. There we go, his first hit of the year. Now we're going to hop in and watch Eli Willits try and get that first major league hit. All right, I want to put this team in a slump by hitting so terribly at the start of the season. He rips that first pitch foul. I'm going to let these guys try and do it on their own for a few games here. I wasn't rusty. I played Diamond Dynasty before I started recording opening day, but I just could not hit Cole Reagans. Pitches off the plate, evens the count at 1. 1-1 pitch from Alcantara. Runner goes, strike, throw down, and Ford is in with a stolen base. There we go, get him in scoring position. Unfortunately, that's going to hurt Willits because his clutch isn't as good as his contact. Good jump there by Ford. It's nice to have a catcher that can run. See if Eli can come through now. Down the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch. And he rips it. Line drive caught by Swanson, and that's the first out of the inning. All right, back to the sim. Man on second, 1 out. CJ. 2-run shot. There we go. All of our runs on 2-run homers so far this year. Buxton, nobody on and 1 out. He flies out. Wood strikes out to the 4th. Single, strikeout, stolen base, a pop out to the bottom half. Single by Langford, his first hit as a National. Single by Vinny, 2 on, nobody out. Castro flies out. McVeigh flies out. Harry Ford walks, bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Eli Willits looking for his first major league hit. All right, Eli, see if that quirk will kick in. Drive runners in from scoring position. First pitch is high for a ball. So he lined out the shortest first time. Overcast night. Their overcast nights look smoky. It looks like they shot off the home run cannon and it's all smoky. Fouled back. So Eli was a first-round pick in 2025. We have a lot of first-round picks on this team. There's the 1-1 pitch from Alcantara and strike at the knees. Now Eli's down and count 1-2. Bases loaded, 2 out. Nats up 2-0 here in the 4th. Here's the pitch. And he chases a pitch in the dirt. Catcher just has to step on home plate for the force, and that's the 3rd out. Looked like I was batting, didn't it? All right, back to the sim. Larnach grounds out. Happ flies out. Bush flies out to the bottom of the 5th. Triple by Abrams. Strikeout. Let's go for the sac fly. No, he walks. Still go for the sac fly. Get it. There we go. First RBI for Langford. Makes it 3-0. Vinny, man on, 2 out. Doubles. It's 2nd and 3rd for Willie. New pitcher Porter Hodge. Strikeout in the inning. We're up 3-0 now. PCA flies out. Ruiz doubles. Bregman singles. Holds at 2nd. Okay. Strikeout. And a double. And they get 1 run. We throw the other one out. So Horton's been living on the edge. Giving up 9 hits in 6 innings. We're up 3-1. Going to the bottom of the 6th. McVay with a solo shot makes it 4-1 as we get that run back. Ford strikes out. Now it's Eli Willits' time. See if he can get his first career hit off Porter Hodge. All right, nobody on base. No clutch bringing down his contact rating. First pitch is a strike. He's struck out 3 times so far in 5 at-bats. 2 of those were my problem. So here's the 0-1 pitch. Rips, just foul down third base. Reset, down and count 0-2. Got to protect. Here's the pitch from Hodge. The high fly ball in the left center field. And it looks like PCA is going to have that for the 2nd out. Back to the sim. Abrams walks. Steals 2nd. Buxton strikes out. Go to the 7th. And we're going to the pen. And we're going to go to JoJo. We've got about a bunch of lefties coming up. Ground out. Solo shot makes it 4-2. Ground out. Single. Fly out. Go to the bottom half. Wood facing Jordan Wicks. Flies out. Langford walks. Vinny double play. Go to the 8th. We're going to the pen. And we're going to bring in our setup guy. There he is. Garrett Whitlock. Strikeout. Ground out. Single. Stolen base. Shaw's a stolen base machine. Single, and he only goes to 3rd. So 2 on, 2 out. Schmidt lines out. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Castro against Luke Little. Single. McVay, another home run. His 2nd of the day. It's now 6-2. Ford solo shot, so they go back-to-back. They're doing it in the sim, boys. Going to have to let them do more. Now Eli Willits will be up. Nobody on, nobody out against Luke Little. Still looking for his first major league hit. And they're going to the pen. They're not going to let him face Little. I wouldn't either after that start to the inning. And Cade Cavalli going to come in out of the pen. Former National. All right, Eli, 0 for 3 today. 0 for 6 on your career. It's a strike right down the middle for strike 1. And a line drive over short, over 2nd. Get you off the schneid. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's a shot into right center field. That looks like it's going to get down, and it is off the wall. It's going to be on with an extra base hit for his first career hit. Eli Willits, there we go. Double to right center field. First major league hit. Got to get that ball. Send it home to mom and dad. There it is. Didn't take long, just 2 games. All right, back to the sim. Abrams, man on 2nd, nobody out. Flies out, Buxton doubles. Got another run there, so Willits gets his first run scored. It's 8-2. James Wood walks, 2 on, 1 out. Langford, fielder's choice. Man at the corners, 2 out for Vinny. Singles, it's 9-2. Castro walks. We've batted around in the inning. McVay, can he hit 3 home runs? No, he strikes out. So we go to the 9th. Pitching change, going to Kopech. Ground out, fly out, strike out, and we pound the Cubs 9-2. And the Nats get their 2nd win in as many games. There we go. And we might have to let the computer play many more games here at the start of the year as we get our 2nd win. Basically win this series. Cade Horton gets the win, giving up a lot of hits, but he gets the win. Alcantara takes the loss. Check the box score. See, they got 13 hits, but only scored 2 runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Bush with 3 hits. Swanson with 3 hits. They had 3 doubles and a homer. Alcantara, 3 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, 6 Ks, and 4 2/3. But Little and Cavalli give up 5 runs in an inning on 6 hits and 2 walks. That is brutal. Our side, Abrams, 2 hits, including a triple and a home run, drives in 2, also walks, and had a stolen base, if I'm not mistaken. Buxton with an RBI double. Wood walks 3 times. Pasquantino, 3 hits. McVay, 2 home runs, drives in 3. Harry Ford, 2 hits, including a home run. Willits with his first hit, that double. We had 7 walks, 10 Ks, got to cut down the Ks. Abrams and Ford with steals. Horton gives up 9 hits, but only 1 walk, 1 run, 3 Ks. And Romero gave up 1 in the 7th, but didn't matter at that point. And we get a big 9-2 win as we win our first 2 games of the season. And now game 3 as we go for the sweep. Brad Lord against Shoto Imanaga. I'm going to sim and see if it pulls us in on a critical situation or not. And it is. There we go. So we're down 5-3, bottom of the 9th. Cole Sands on the mound. Tying runs are on. Winning run at the plate in Byron Buxton, who's 0 for 4. Looks like McVay has hit another home run today. So let's hop in and watch Buxton, see if he can come through with 2 outs here in the 9th. All right, Byron. Slow start for the year. That's okay. I'll take the blame for that. First pitch is up and in for a ball. His numbers last year, 253, 34, and 104 combined with the Twins and the Nats. Absolutely torched the Dodgers in the NLCS. 5 home runs. Here's the 1-0 pitch inside for ball 2. We have James Wood on deck. They don't want to face Wood with the bases loaded. Cubs holding a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 9th. 2-0 pitch from Sands. Strike on the inside corner. Byron just looking for a pitch to drive. Here it comes. Ripped foul down the first base side. Count goes to 2-2. There's a pitch to Buxton, and it's going to be a ground ball to third base. Got it. Jump throw, and he throws it into right field. 1 runs in. The other one's going to go to third, and so is Buxton. He's going to go to second. What was that jump throw? E5 to Bregman. And now the winning run is at second base. He airmails that into right field, and James Wood's going to step in, and they're going to walk him. And that means Wyatt Langford's going to get a chance to walk this game off. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Single should win the game. First pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1 for 2 with a double. Come on, Wyatt. This would be an impressive feat right here. First series at home, your new home. Gave us a gift on that error. And he rips it down to third base. Bregman's got it. Throws to second again. This time makes the good throw. And the Cubs hang on to win the game 5-4. But we made it interesting, and we did win the series 2-1. That would have been just too good if he could have gotten that RBI, though. Check the box score. 2 hits for PCA, 2 for Bregman. Home run by Bush. They had 5 walks. A couple of steals. Imanaga, 2 runs over 7 innings. Ryan Abreu gives up 2 runs. Our side, 2 hits for McVay. Another home run is up to 3. Langford and Willits with doubles. So Willits gets another double, gets his first RBIs. He drives in 2. 2 walks for Langford, 2 for Ford. Only struck out 5 times that game. And Lord did not pitch great. 6 hits, 4 walks over 4 innings. Bullpen did a good job, though. Held the fort, just couldn't get those last runs in. Now we go on the road for a big 7-game road trip to Cincinnati and Colorado, 2 hitters parks. So this will be very interesting. As Roki Suzuki's going to take on Rhett Lauder, Travis Sikora against Julian Aguilar, and Shane McClanahan against Chase Burns. And I'm going to actually play through that entire road trip through the 8th. But I'm going to create a separate save file so we can look at the draft prospects for this draft. We're going to be picking at the very end, so we're going to need some discovery help this year. And hopefully we can find some more infielders. I think I have enough. Well, we could use some more outfielders as well, but we need some more hitters in the organization. And I won't pass up pitching. Pitching is always necessary, especially if we find relievers or closers that are outstanding to take late in the first round if there aren't enough hitters. But being another very important draft, and we need to really discover some players. So get into this series right now. Suzuki against Rhett Lauder. We will have some player lock games in here. I just want to sim this first game with Roki and see how he does in the sim. And we have a situation. We are up 9-3. Abrams needs a triple for the cycle, so let's hop in real quick and see if he can get the triple. All right, CJ facing Anthony Misowitz. Don't know anything about him. First pitch is a strike at the knees. I think 429 now. Take a look at this box score real quick. Abrams has 3 hits on the day. Wood has 2. Castro has 2. 5 walks. Abrams with a home run. Bunch of doubles. Roki got through 5 innings, so bullpen's holding the fort. 1-1 count on Abrams. Looking for that triple. Here's a pitch. It's going to be a ground ball to third. It's not going to be a triple. Throw across the diamond, and that's the end of the inning. We don't get to see the cycle by CJ. We're up handily in this game, 9-3. And the Nationals would win the game 9-6. They gave up 3 runs late, but Sasaki gets the first win. Fairbanks with his second save. So we take the first game of this big 7-game road trip and go to 3-1 on the season. One more look at the box score. Nothing changed offensively here. Granillo came in and gave up 3 runs. That's not good. Their side, home runs by De La Cruz and Christian Encarnacion Strand. And we got Oliver Lauder and Lewis May. We get the dub. That's all that matters. All right, game 2. Travis Sakura against Julian Aguiar. Win 12-1. Our offense is on fire right now. 3 more hits for Abrams, 3 for McVay. James Wood with his second home run. 6 walks in the game. Buxton with a steal. Sakura 1 run over 5 innings. Bullpen does a great job. Encarnacion with another home run. And got to Aguiar early. And then Kyle Nicholas gives up 5 runs in the third of an inning. Yikes. And we go for the sweep in game 3. Shane McClanahan against Chase Burns. We lose 4-3. Box score. Jacob Young giving Buxton a day off gets a hit. Castro hit a home run. McVay with a hit. Drew Millis giving Ford a day off gets a hit. 4 walks, 11 Ks. McVay and Willits with steals. Flanahan, not a bad start at all. Just didn't have any offense. Kopak blew the game late. Looks like we blew that in the 9th. Didn't get anybody out. 2 hits and a walk. And Newtbar and Duno, home runs. Burns didn't even get through 5. But their bullpen did better than ours. Now we have game 1 at Colorado. Cade Horton against Jacob deGrom. Yes, deGrom's playing for the Rockies. And we're going to player lock this game with Vinny. I'll just quick manage, but we're only going to show you Vinny's at-bats. All right, Vinny up, top of the second. Langford led off with a single. See if he can drive him in. Maybe get a big fly. I'm going to go ahead and bat here at Coors Field. See if I can get out of my slump as well. And we're going to hit into a double play. Ground ball second, throw for 1, relay, and he's too slow to beat that out. So 1 pitch, 2 outs. Good start. The replay just swung over the top, and knew that was a double play as soon as it hit the ground. And Vinny back up here in the top of the 4th. We're down 2-0. Wood with a 1-out double. RBI chance here at second base with 2 outs. All right, let's now swing at the first pitch. I don't care if it's right down the middle. Take this pitch. Almost hits him. 100 miles an hour at the dome. It's not going to like that. 1-0 pitch. Is a ground ball to short. I got to lay off those low pitches, and he's gunned down, and that's the inning. James Wood gets us on the board with a solo home run. Now Vinny's got a chance to hit a solo shot and tie it up here with 2 out in the 6th. Slow start for Vinny. That's why I wanted to hop in here and try and hit with them. The way I'm playing today, though, I might make it worse. Pasquantino ahead 2-1. Pitch from deGrom. Right down the middle. I was late. Fouled that off. Reset. 2-2 count. Nobody on, 2 out, down 2-1. Inside, that's ball 3. Castro on deck. He's off to a slow start too. All right, deGrom, throwing right down the middle. Challenge me, let's go. And there it goes! Turned on the inside fastball, and that one is gone. Vinny Pasquantino ties this game. Solo shotter, second of the inning. 440 feet to the right field bullpens. That's why I wanted to player lock here at Coors. There we go. See the replay. Turns on that inner fastball and got all of it. That's it for deGrom. He's done. Going to leave a 2-2 tie. And Vinny's up here in the 9th. Langford with the leadoff single. go-ahead run at first. See if we can get another bomb here off Juan Mejia. Langford's got good speeds, not necessarily stolen base guy. Ripped that first pitch foul down the left side. His first home run of the season, his last time up. And the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and the ball almost hit me. Too aggressive. We're going to send Langford at first. Stay away from this double play. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And it's a high fly ball into left center field. And Langford's going to have to race back to first, as that's going to be caught for the first out. All right, back to the sim. Willie Castro. Double play ends the inning. And Vinny up again here in the 11th inning. 2 outs. Langford on first base after a walk, facing Yusniel Medina. All right, I'm not going to run with Langford. We're going to focus on trying to drive this pitch. Way out in front of that curveball. Pasquantino behind, 1-2. Here's a pitch. Oh, way out in front. Ball gets away. Can he reach? Throw down, and he's out. Man, it was so far out in front of that pitch. Harry Ford with an RBI double in the 12th inning to give us a 3-2 lead. Willits singles, men at the corners, and 1 out. Abrams, fielder's choice, Buxton. New pitcher, walk, bases loaded for James Wood. Singles, there we go, up 4-2. Langford, fielder's choice. And the Nationals take game 1 of this 4-game series in extra innings. 4-2 win. Granillo the win. Fairbanks his 3rd save. Counted out 10 hits, just didn't get enough timely hits outside of the home run by Wood and Pasquantino. Box score, 3 hits for Wood, 2 for Langford. Buxton and Abrams, the only ones without a hit. Everybody else down below had at least 1. 3 walks for Eli Willits. Like to see that. Cade Horton pitched well. Bullpen, no runs allowed in the last 6 innings. And this game 2 at Colorado. Brad Lord against Edward Cabrera. We're going to play a lock with CJ Abrams and see if I can get out of my hitting slump. All right, first at bat of the game facing Edward Cabrera. First pitch is low for a ball. CJ hitting .310 on the season. Like these City Connects for Colorado better than their old ones. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. And the 2-0 pitch. Low, ball 3. Hey, I'll take a 4-pitch walk to start the game. Buxton on deck. Here's the pitch. Taken all the way. And there we go. 4-pitch walk. Going to force me to be patient at the plate. Back to sim. We're just going to sim everything else. I'm just going to show you CJ's at-bats unless something special happens. And CJ steals second. And CJ up now. 1 on, 1 out after a single by Willits. We're down 1-0. Eli is not a stolen base threat. It's a strike on first pitch. First strike he's seen all game so far. Great OPS early in the season there for CJ. Willits will probably get all of his steals in the sim. Here's the 0-1 pitch and check swing. They call it a strike. I don't think I swung. Reset, 0-2 count. Pitch from Cabrera. And we chase a pitch in dirt and strike out because I can't lay off that curveball. And Vinny, 2-run shot after a 1-out single by Langford. We're up 2-1. Castro follows with a solo shot. There we go. And they get the runs right back. Walk, hit by pitch, and a double. Another hit by pitch. What are you doing, Lord? And a 3-run shot by Edward Julian, and we're down 6-3. Brad's having one of those good Lord starts. Another single. He's got to get out of the game. Go to Granillo. All right, CJ back up here on top of the 5th. Nobody on, 1 out. Now we're down 6-3. Pitch inside for a ball. Hitless so far in the series. It's not good. Heading to count 2-0. And it's going to be a ground ball to first, and that'll be the second out of the inning. And we're now in the top of the 7th inning, down 6-3 still. Ford led off with a single, Willits with a walk, so Abrams is a tying run at the plate now facing Yusniel Medina. All right, can I get a pitch to drive? Can I be patient enough to get a pitch to drive? Ooh, just clipped the zone for strike 1. Certainly don't want to go to Colorado and tank his average. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Medina. Foul off. 0-2 count again. Feels like I'm 0-2 every single at-bat. And rip that. Couldn't stay back and wait that changeup. So CJ works the count back even. Fouled off several pitches. Battling, trying to stay in this at-bat. Here's a pitch from Medina. And it's a shot foul down the left field side, just a bit tardy. The 9th pitch of the at-bat. Here it comes. And almost hits him. So, count's going to go full. Buxton on deck. Not sending the runners. There's not 2 outs. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And there's a shot into left field. Is that going to get to him? No. Oh, it's going to right to him. Thought maybe he could get over his head, but nope. Back to the sim. Come on, Buxton. He walks to load the bases for James Wood. Hit by pitch. 6-4 game now. Tying run at second. 1 out for Langford. Strikes out. Vinny facing a new pitcher. Flies out, so we only get 1 out of that mess. All right, top of the 9th, down 2. Need to get on base in front of Buxton, Wood, and Langford. CJ's going to lead things off. New pitcher coming in out of the pen, though. Number 0. A closer. Must be a computer-generated guy. But wait to see who this is. And it's not computer-generated. It's Jaden Hill. I forgot that he wears number 0. He's their new closer. All right, CJ. See if we can do something. Get this inning started. First pitch low for a ball. I'm either late or I'm way early. I have not been on time all day. We go 2-1. I'll take that. I'll take a walk again. Not too proud to beg for a walk. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And there's a shot into right field down the line. That's going to get all the way to the wall. CJ going to be on second base with a leadoff double as we try and tie this game up in the 9th. There we go. Finally got a pitch I could hit. That's right. Need a replay. Down and in, just turned on it, hammered it into the corner. Now we're going to watch the rest of these guys bat, see if Bucks can do this in the sim. Probably going to player lock with him soon anyway. And here's a high fly ball into center field, racing back over his head off the wall. That should score Abrams. Buxton's going to have an extra base hit. Is it a double or a triple? And he's going to be in with a double. So there we go. Cuts this to a 1-run game. And it brings in James Wood, hitting .310 on the year, 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. He's 3 for 9 in the series with a home run, 3 ribs. All right, James, do your thing here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a shot into right field. Is that going to drop? Yes, it is. Buxton, is he going to score? Here comes the throw to the plate, up the first base line, and he walks across home plate. This game is tied. There we go. 2 doubles and a single to start the inning. Looks like Buxton got a good read on it. Ran right away. Throw wasn't even remotely close as Buxton just strolls across home plate. And they're going back to the pen as their closer came in and gave up 3 straight hits. New pitcher coming in is going to be Hunter Biggie. Jacob Young's going to run for Wood at first. Give us better defense too. We're going to stay right here with Langford. See if he can give us the go-ahead run. 1 on, nobody out. 2 runs in the inning already. Here's the pitch. Strike right down the middle. See Langford, no home runs so far in the year. Only a .207 average. Does have 4 ribs. Be a perfect time for his first Washington Nationals home run. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Got foul. Behind the count, 0-2 now. Just don't hit into a double play. I'll take a strikeout over a double play. Here's the pitch. And strike 3. That's fine. Still keep that runner on base. That'll bring in Vinny now. 2 for 4 on the night. He can get his 3rd one and be a big fly to give us the lead. Oh, ripped that foul. He was way out in front. Got a home run and a single tonight. 3 hits, including 2 homers in the series. And reset. Vinny behind the count, 0-2. Go ahead run at first here in the 9th. Here's the pitch. Swings at a terrible pitch and strikes out. That's a 2nd out here in the 9th inning. That'll bring in Willie Castro. 2 for 4 tonight. Got his average up to 265. First pitch to him. Ground ball to short. Grab there, throw to second, and they just get the force out. But our Nats, 3 straight hits to start the inning. Drive in a couple of runs. This game is tied as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. All right, here we are in the top of the 10th inning. McVay singled and stole second. A couple of strikeouts after that. Now Abrams has a chance to give us the lead here in the 10th. And they're going to the pen. They're not going to let Big E face me. Throwing a lot of pitches. The pitcher is going to be Valente Bayozo. See his numbers. Good numbers on the season. Not good numbers against lefties. And we got a lefty at the plate. That's good. Just need a single. McVay should be able to score. First pitch swing is a ground ball to first. And I need to be more patient as we don't score here in the 10th. And John Kinsey Noel walks it off with a solo shot. Then extras. Look at this box score. Everybody but Jacob Young, who was a pinch runner defensive replacement, had a hit. So that's good. 3 hits for Pasquantino. We did strike out 14 times. 3 doubles, 2 homers, 2 steals. Bad start by Lord. Good appearances by our bullpen guys, except for Kopech. He was pitching in his second inning at work, though. And they had 3 guys with 2 hits, and another guy with 3. Noel hitting 9th, gets the walk-off home run. They had 3 doubles and 2 homers. And we got to Hill to blow the save, but they ended up winning it in 11. In Game 3 at Colorado, Roki Sasaki against Johan Oviedo. I am not going to player lock anybody in this game because I think we have 7 out of our 9 guys in the starting lineup are tired and need a day off. So we're going to have to give a bunch of them a day off today and a few others off on Sunday. So we're not going to watch this game. I'll just come right back with the final score and the box score. And we drop Game 3, 6-5. Another game that we got walked off in the bottom of the 9th this time. Buxton with a home run, Pasquantino with a home run, Castro and Chaparro with home runs. Only 1 walk. Sasaki didn't pitch poorly, but the bullpen did not do the job as Varlin gave up a home run to tie it and Minter gave up a home run to lose it. As you can see, all the guys out of lineup. Abrams, Buxton, Pasquantino, Castro for the only regulars in the lineup. On their side, 3 hits for Montes as he got the game-winning home run. And Oviedo pitched okay. Vodnik did not, but our bullpen did not help us out that game at all. In Game 4 of the series against the Rockies, we have several other players that need days off. In fact, Willie Castro is going to need a day off tomorrow. So no Abrams, Buxton, or Ford. Got Wilkin in, Millis in, and Jacob Young in center field. And McVay's going to lead things off. And this game I'm going to player lock with Wyatt Langford as we wrap up this episode. There we are, Coors Field. Both teams at 5-4. We started hot. We're slowing down a little bit. Couple of losses. Tom McVay, good start for him. His numbers on the season, 409 home run and 3 RBIs in his last 6 games. He's going to bat leadoff today against the left-handed pitcher. See if he can do some damage early in this game. On the mound for the Rockies, Terrell Medrano, computer-generated guy. Not a good start his first time out, so hopefully we can continue that trend. And this time we will let you watch the entire game outside of our at-bats. So McVay leading things off. Singles, gets caught stealing. Young grounds out. Wood singles. And now it's Langford's time with 1 on and 2 out here in the top of the first. All right. One of these days I'm going to get my hitting straightened out and we'll just be hitting rockets everywhere. Take that first pitch outside for a ball. Got to get Wyatt going. Can't have him slumping at the start of the year. Can't have me slumping either. If I don't start hitting better, you're going to see a lot of computer-generated games for a while. It's high for ball 2. Medrano comes set. 2-0 pitch to Langford is on the way. Swung through that one for strike 1. 2-1 count. Wood on first. Here's the pitch. And late on that fastball as we foul that back. Slider, sinker, changeup, and 4-seamer. All right, see if we can stay on a pitch this time. 2-2 count. Inside. Count goes full. There we go. Vinny on deck. He's definitely hot. And Wood's going to be off with this 3-2 pitch. Langford a couple of foul balls in a row here to stay alive. Here it comes. And swings through and strikes out on a nasty fastball into my hands, and we don't score here in the top of the first. Travis Cora on the mound for the Nats. See what he did in his first start. Good start for him. Single and a 2-run homer is not how we want to start this game. Ground out, strikeout, hop out. Down 2-0, second inning, ground out, error. Single, 2 on, 2 out from Millis. Singles, it's 2-1. McVay, come on, Tom. Strikes out, so we get one back. Single by McCann. Another single. Come on, Travis. Sack fly makes it 3-1. Double play gets out of the inning. Young walks. Wood walks. Now we have 2 on and nobody out for Langford. I got to start hitting better, guys. This is embarrassing. All right. Any of you guys used to watch my old streams. This is a time where I'd be kicking back and taking a double shot of tequila to calm down because I'd be all super pissed off because I can't hit today. All right, Wyatt. 4 hits in the series, none of them with me batting. See if I can finally get my first hit with you in the regular season. Here's the pitch. Hands me a ground ball, second. Oh, by second base. He has no range whatsoever. Extra base hit. That's going to score 2 runs. We're going to send him all the way from first. And a ground ball to second base turns into a 2-run double. Wow. How bad is his fielding at second base? Look at this. That's just a ground ball. Not even remotely close. And then it just rolls all the way to the fence. And we get 2 runs. Okay. Back to the sim. We're tied at 3. Vinny strikes out. Castro singles. Men at the corners. Eli, let's go for a sac fly. And we get it. So we get the lead. Hop out. Ends the inning. Go to the bottom half of the third. Double. Come on, Travis. Strikeout. Fly out. Single, and he's out plate, so it's still 4-3. Millis flies out. McVay flies out. Young walks. Wood singles, so minute the corners, 2 out for Langford again. Let's see if I can get another hit. Big clutch situation here that I need to come through. Medrano's already thrown 72 pitches. We're in the 4th. A high fly ball into deep center field, and I think he's going to chase that down just shy of the warning track, and that's the 3rd out. All right, back to the sim. Solo shot by Montes. That's at least his 2nd home run in the series. Ties the game. Walk, strikeout, a double, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Come on, Travis. Ground out. They don't score. 3-run shot, and he's out of this game. My goodness. Another Granillo again. Ground out ends the inning. Go to the 5th, down 3. Double. Single makes it 7-5. Fly out. Strikeout. Ground out, so we get 1 back. From field singles. Fielder's choice. Single. This feels like old-time Coors Field. Fielder's choice, so 2 on, 2 out. Single makes it 8-5. Man, going to blow through our bullpen in this series. McVay gets a new pitcher. Ground out, pop out, and we're definitely going to the pen, and we'll bring in Romero. Ground out, fly out, strikeout. Hey, what do you know? 1-2-3 inning. Langford's going to lead things off. We're down 3 here in the 7th. All right, Langford 1 for 3 with that 2-run double. 5 hits in the series so far. Trying to get something going here in the 7th. Behind 0-1. Here's the pitch. Ripped foul down the 3rd base line. I was way out in front of that pitch. All right, reset 0-2. Got to protect now. High. Langford behind 1 and 2. Here's the pitch. And fouls that off. Reset. Behind 1 and 2. Trying to get something going here in the 7th. There's a shot into right center field. There we go. Went with that pitch. Drive that sweeper to the right center field. And is going to be on with his 2nd double of the game. Yes, sir. There we go. Maybe I'm finally waking up at the plate today. Go back to the sim with Vinny. He doubles. It's a 2-run game. Castro's a tying run. He grounds out. Willits strikes out. Wilkin, new pitcher, grounds out. So go bottom of the 7th. Down by 2. Romero on the mound. Go 1 batter at a time. Ground out. Fly out. Single. Got to go to the pen. And we're going to go to... Man, everybody's tired. Wow. We got to go to Alvarado. Got to go to another lefty. Strikes him out. There we go. Big time out there. Go to the 8th. Millis with a single. McVay flies out. Young singles. 2 on, 1 out for Wood. Flies out. Langford up. Chance to tie this game or give us the lead. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the 8th. Slugfest. pitch inside for a ball. 2 for 2 with 2 doubles, 2 RBI, 2 runs scored. Deuces wild for Wyatt today. I don't mind wearing out that right center field gap all day. And way out in front of that slider. That goes even at 1. Come on, give me something good to hit. That's high. Langford ahead and count 2-1. Ooh, tardy on that fastball. Even at 2 now. Gotta protect. Gotta fight stuff off. And swing and a miss on a high fastball. And that was really late. We do not score in the 8th inning. All right, bottom of the 8th. Ground out. Strike out. Ground out. Go to the 9th. Need 2. Vinny facing Jaden Hill. We got to him earlier in the series. Pops out. Castro singles. Willits strikes out. And we're going to pinch hit for Wilkin. And we're going to go straight to CJ. And he singles. Millis up. We're going to pinch hit for him. Going to go to Buxton. He has to give us the lead, and I'm going to go ahead and bat. All right, tying runs are on. 2 out here in the 9th. Down by 2. Swing through that high fastball for strike 1. Got to get Buxton going, hit 143. All right, give me something. Up and in. Oh, missed that changeup, man. All right, down to our last strike. We're going to be sending him if he can get this ball in the gap somewhere. And we strike out. What a terrible day at the plate. I apologize, guys. So we are 500 after our first 3-game homestand and 7-game road trip. And I don't want to see the Rockies celebrate. All right, look at this ugly box score. 2 hits for Wood, Langford, Pasquantino, Millis, 3 for Castro, 3 walks. We had 4 doubles in the game, no home runs. Sikora pitched horribly, and I hit horribly outside of 2 doubles by Langford. Their side, they had 14 hits, only 1 walk, 3 home runs. Toronto pitched poorly, and their bullpen shut us down when they needed to. And we end up only winning 3 of 7 on that road trip as we got beat the last 3 games in Colorado. So we only win 1 game in Colorado after winning 2 in Cincinnati. Right now, we're 3 games behind the Braves, off to a hot start at 8-2. I did go ahead and have a separate save. I'm going to be discovering and scouting the same things that I put on that one. I just wanted to get through this first road trip and get us through the first week and a half. And next episode, we will hop right in, right off the rip. We'll go into the scouting, show you what the draft prospects look like, the guys that I'm interested in. I've already written down several names, several hitters, several pitchers. Hopefully we can get some of these guys in the draft before we ever discover anybody. We've got to get things straightened out. Scoring a lot of runs, but giving up more runs than I'd like. Braves are just red hot. Anyway, that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this opening day episode here in the 2029 season, our 4th year. And if you do enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit the notification bell so you know when the next one goes live, because we definitely will get into this draft class and get more games played and push us down into probably mid to late May. So hopefully, guys, you will come back for that. You guys take care and go Nats.